back on the Bossman Show here with John Beckler, Boston Radio Network, BostonRadioShow.com here in ATL and all over the Southeast. We're joined by our Titans guru from TitanRedZone.com, a buddy of the show and mine, Greg Arias. Greg, how you been doing, buddy?
I am well, sir. How are things in Atlanta these days, other than the Braves, obviously?
Hey, we're the Hawks in the playoffs. We're playing the Cavaliers, so the city's buzzing about that. The Falcons had a good draft in people's minds. So far, the city's buzzing right now, man.
Well, I certainly wish I could buzz about the Braves. Just for the record, that is my team and has been since the 70s. So I remember that 77 bunch that went 61 and 101, and I'm just praying this bunch can be that good.
We're hoping, because I tell you what, it's a struggle right now, Greg, and their average attendance right now is 6,000 a game right now.
Yeah, there's high school teams that will draw that. That's unfortunate. And, of course, obviously next year some of this young talent gets up and gets going, and then you get into that new stadium. Should help some things. And I'm going to make my presence here in a little bit down there to catch a game or two over a weekend. But so far just have been kind of busy, obviously, last weekend with the draft and everything, and just haven't been able to make it yet.
Oh, I hear that, Greg. While we're talking about the draft, man, how you feel about John Robinson's move so far in free agency and the draft, getting DeMarco Murray, signing key free agents here and there, and getting the draft, made that draft day trade and got those picks and got all those guys for the roster? How you feel about him so far?
Well, I think he has done an A-plus job with the things that he has done. Now, obviously, hard to grade the draft class right now. You know, you can look at it and say, yes, I think this is a good fit. I think this is a good player. But it's going to be about 3 years before we can really judge those guys. But I think he's made the right moves, and we can certainly see the plan in place and what he wants to do in building a physical team from the ground up with some big, young, talented kids, of course, from the draft class, bringing in DeMarco Murray to be that bell cow guy right away. And then obviously adding Derrick Henry to the mix to help out the running game. I think we're going to see a heavy dose of run, in fact, this season.
So does that mean in your mind, Greg, that DeMarco Murray is here for only a year, probably, with Derrick Henry already on the roster? Or it'd be a 1-2 punch for him and Murray for a good while? Because I think it's kind of like you're going to get Henry and Murray. I think Murray's not going to be here that long, probably 2 years at the most.
Well, it was a 2-year contract that he has signed when they rework his deal, and I think right now that's the plan. And obviously, you don't know how long the guy can go. He's 28 years old. He didn't have the best of seasons last year, which led to the speculation that, you know, maybe Dallas ran the tires off the guy 2 seasons ago when he had such a great year. So I think Henry is a little bit of a backstop and a future, if you will, for the Titans, because if DeMarco Murray gives them 2 good years, then you've got the 1-2 punch of Murray and Henry for a couple of seasons. And if Murray struggles, you've got a guy in place that can come in and take up that load and be the feature back that this team has looked for since really Chris Johnson. And before that, between Chris Johnson and Eddie George, there was a kind of a gap as well. So that's, I think, the thought process behind what they're doing right there with Derrick Henry. And if you get 2 good years out of DeMarco Murray as well, then you may have the best backfield in the NFL, and throw in Marcus Mariota, who certainly we know he can run. So you've got 3 weapons in the backfield there that can run the football if, again, DeMarco Murray is the guy somewhere between Dallas and Philadelphia that we've seen over the last 2 seasons with him.
Folks, we got Greg Arias here on the Bossman Show. Now, Greg, it seems like this draft, I saw in free agency, seemed like Mike Mularkey was getting guys that was tough, hard-nosed guys. I feel like the Titans actually have improved over the offseason, if you ask me. I feel like they'll be more competitive next year. Is that how you feel as well about the Titans roster going forward after what you've seen this offseason so far?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's but one direction to go. This is a team that's gone 5-27 in the last 2 seasons combined. 3-13 last year, 2-14 the year before that. So you've got to go up. And when you look at the 10 guys that they added via free agency, there's no Ndamukong Suh, if you will. There's not that top tier, top overall free agent that was added to the team, but they added solid pieces in center Ben Jones and Rashard Matthews, of course, the trade that brought DeMarco Murray here. And you look through Bryce McCain come in as a free agent signee, formerly with the Dolphins. Antoine Blake that they picked up from the Steelers as a free agent. Sean Spence, a linebacker that they got in free agency coming over from Pittsburgh. And certainly when you're adding guys from teams like Pittsburgh, we know what the Steelers, they're a consistent contender every year, playoff team most every year. And so you're getting improved guys there, and then you bring in these young guys that can compete for positions. And I think some of these guys are going to come in right away and compete for some playing time on this Titans roster. So definitely an improvement over the last 2 seasons, to be sure.
And now that the draft is come and gone, Greg, what are some needs you feel the Titans still have and need to address going forward?
Well, obviously, I think the biggest thing right now, when you look at what they did in the draft, they addressed all the areas of immediate need in getting a right tackle to come in and play on the line there. They still need to find who's going to be their left guard and or right guard. There's talk that Chance Warmack may move from right to left. We'll see what happens there. So they've got to find one guard on the offensive line. But then they got Rashard Matthews that came in as a wide receiver. They drafted Tajay Sharp this past weekend. They went out and got 2 cornerbacks in the draft. They got Kevin Byard, who's a safety from just down the road in Murfreesboro at MTSU that I really like a lot. So they address the immediate needs, and depth now becomes the thing that I think that they're going to look towards next season in free agency. And then, of course, in the draft, when you go back and look now, they have 2 first-round picks next year, 2 third-round picks as well. So set up to add some very talented players again next season, then to try to keep this thing moving forward and retool the roster, if you will, over what we've seen the last 2 years.
And do you expect the Titans to be players in the post-June 1st pre-training camp free agent market, or are they pretty good at going to camp right now?
Well, I certainly think that and if you go back and look at the history of the New England Patriots, and the reason I say that, obviously, John Robinson coming here from Tampa, but before that, he was a scout and an area scout and a personnel guy with the Patriots. So he learned this craft under Belichick and the Patriots system that they use. And I think we're probably going to see when some of the when the final camp cuts are made by the other 31 teams in the league, that there probably will be some guys, if they're not satisfied with what they have at the bottom end of this roster, that they will go out and bring in some of the guys that are released by other teams and try to shore up this roster. They want the best 53 that they can come up with right now. And obviously, I think there's some guys that will probably make it that may be questionable. They can't just go out and cut everybody and start over. So it's going to take some time to go through the process, but I certainly think they will be a player. I don't know that necessarily in free agency right now to add anything, but certainly once those camp cuts are made, they'll probably go out and bring in some guys to work on the bottom end of the roster and try to improve it going forward. And who knows, you may get a guy that gets cut that's a big name that can come in and give them something and even might become a starter, just depending on who it is and the situation with whatever team may be deciding to let those guys go.
And for our question for you, Greg, for the guys like Justin Hunter, who was injured last year on injury reserve out for the year, how are those guys looking so far doing the OTA practices? How that rehab coming, and when we'll see those guys on the field when it comes time for training camp in July?
Well, we still don't know what they're going to look like because we have not been privileged enough to see an OTA practice as of yet. We'll get our first look on the 13th of this month, and that won't be with the veterans. That will just be the rookies in their first rookie mini camp coming on. It's going to be a little bit before we get a look at everything, but I'm told from some people that have seen Justin Hunter work out, he and Marcus Mariota and the other receivers have been working out at a local high school, that Justin looks pretty good. But again, he's got all the athletic ability in the world, so he looks great in shorts. It's what he does come Sunday when he gets out between the lines, and that's where he has struggled, and that's where I think he's going to have to turn it on a little bit if he wants to be on this roster going forward next year, because certainly notice has been served that you're not going to sit around and just make this team anymore. You're going to have to get out and contribute something to be there. And I think Justin is one of those guys that's probably on the bubble going forward, not because of his athletic ability, but because of his production on the field. He's got to give them something, or he may not be here come this opening day.
Well, I hear that, Greg. Well, Greg, I thank you always for your knowledge, buddy, and we'll hope and pray that our Braves improve somewhat before the end of the year down here at Turner Field for they close up shop there, move to SunTrust Park up in Cobb County.
Oh, definitely, and I'll give you a call when I decide when I'm going to get down there, and we'll have to run by and grab something to eat at the Varsity or one of the other fine establishments there in greater Atlanta.
We sure will, Greg. I look forward to it, buddy.
All right, JR. Have a good night. Thanks.
You too. Now, thanks, Greg. Folks, Greg Arias on the Bossman Show. Coming up next, Josh Pastner, New Georgia Tech head coach, after the break.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focused on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
Folks, back here in the Jar of the Bossman Show, here with John Beckler. We're joined by a former guest of the show. Used to coach at Memphis. Went to see those guys play earlier this year. Saw Coach P. It was one of the last games in Memphis. They're here in Atlanta. Glad to have him. Coach Pastner, how you doing, man? Glad to have you. Georgia Tech right around from the corner from the station, Coach. Glad to have you. How you doing there, Coach?
I'm doing really well. Excited to be here. Excited for the challenge and opportunity of being the head coach here at Georgia Tech, and looking forward to it.
And, Coach, what does it mean to you to be at a school like Tech in the ACC with a great tradition? You can put your stamp on that program, on the university, and the community of Atlanta who loves the Yellow Jackets like any other, Coach. So knowing all that, how does it feel to be here with the Yellow Jackets and together we swarming now?
You know what? It's such a great opportunity because, one, I have a chance to kind of take something over that you're starting from ground zero. I mean, this is a rebuild. This is going to take, but I'm excited to have that opportunity to build something up, kind of put your own footprint on it a little bit, but it's going to take time. However, to have the opportunity to be in the ACC, which I think besides the NBA is the best basketball in the country, I think being here at Georgia Tech with the academics, with the reputation that this school has, obviously, the city, Atlanta, I mean, is about as growing and vibrant and booming of a city as there is in America. So only positive things. Our campus is beautiful. I mean, I'm excited, fired up, tons of energy, and and just excited for this challenge and opportunity.
Now, Coach, have you got used to the traffic yet, Coach? Is that kind of got used to that yet, the traffic?
I do not like the traffic one bit. Just that is something that is not. That is one of my only downfalls of being here so far is the traffic. So I've tried to either come in really early and stay really late so I can miss the traffic. But that's one of the things that I don't look forward to.
Now, Coach, our station is maybe about 2 miles from campus. I keep a couch in this office, so I don't have to go home sometimes because of the traffic. So you might want to get you a recliner or a love seat or a couch in your office to kind of relax and let it all die down. There's a little ATL advice there for you, Coach.
Well, listen, I might have to lean over there for the couch if I need to find somewhere to get a quick snooze in, especially if I'm with the way I want to get this thing moving. We're going to have to be working long hours to get the needle moved.
Yes, indeed. And, Coach, my listeners have been loving the fact that you're here. And that's going to ask you, how's the community been treating you so far, you and your family since you've been here? How they've received you guys and treated you guys when you've been out and about in the city? How's it been going for you?
It's been going great. It's been very well received. People are really excited about everything. Obviously, I'm undefeated right now at Georgia Tech. I'm 0-0, so that's a good thing. And,
yes.
But, no, I mean, they understand this is going to be a rebuild. It's going to take a little time. People have to be patient. We've got to – listen, this isn't me. This has got to be we, us together. This is going to take an entire city to get this thing built back. And we're going to have to do that. We're going to need everyone on board to get it done.
Folks, Josh Pastner here on the Bossman Show, ATL. People, you got your coach here on the show with me right now. And, Coach, when it comes to recruiting, I know you're a great recruiter. And now, knowing you're in Atlanta, being based out of here with the talent we have around this area and to the west of Birmingham or go to Augusta or down through Macon or Chattanooga, the talent we have in this radius has to make you be excited about all the guys you can probably keep at home almost and get to be like a hometown team almost for you and your staff.
Obviously we want to protect our backyard. And there's great talent. I think pound for pound in the prep, in the grassroots basketball, I think the best grassroots basketball is here in Atlanta and the surrounding area, both with the players, coaches, trainers. I mean, it's the best. So, yes, we want to do our job locally. Now, I will say we might not be the right fit for every, a prospect out there, and nor maybe every prospect's not the right fit for us. So I do think the name of Georgia Tech, as much as we want to recruit locally, we are able to recruit nationally. And you look at some of the framework that some of the successful teams that Georgia Tech has had in the past with Paul Hewitt and or Bobby Clemens, they've had some guys, outside of the state. So we are going to recruit like crazy. We are going to do all we can to protect home base, try to build a fence. But I do think because of the Georgia Tech name, the Georgia Tech brand, we are a national name that we can go out and recruit nationally as well too.
And especially with the conference you're in, the ACC, from Syracuse on to Miami, I mean, you have the whole East Coast that watches those games with the package you have on the ESPN. I mean, it's a national conference, and, of course, the school being a national brand, so that helps you, got to help you out real good as well, Coach.
No question. I mean, being in the ACC, as I mentioned, it's besides the NBA, there's no better basketball. And, I mean, we're just – you're in this league, you're in the best league, and that's why we need everybody on board to help us, because we need to get the best talent. And the best way to get it is we need everybody in the city to promote and push and endorse Georgia Tech. That's what we need. We need everybody involved. We all need to be locked arm in arm together, foot in foot together, and building this circle of wall right around this entire region. But we need everyone talking about the positives about Georgia Tech. We need all the help from the grassroots on up to get this thing moving and the needle moving forward.
And, Coach, who are some individuals in your career that's meant the most to you? Maybe a Coach Olson, maybe a Coach Cal. Who are some guys that really shaped you in your career and has really helped you become who you are today?
I've really studied the game. Obviously, Coach Olson, who's in the Hall of Fame, Coach Calipari, who's in the Hall of Fame. I was able to play and coach for Coach Olson, won a national championship at Arizona in 1997. Was on the staff when we lost to Duke in the championship game in 01. So I was able to work for 2 Hall of Famers, so I've been very fortunate about that. But I've really studied people, not just the game of basketball, just people in general. I think I've taken a good tools from different people and have tried to incorporate to the best of my ability, and also, though, at the same time, be comfortable in my own skin. And my best friend is my father. I mean, I've got a great relationship with my dad, which I'm very thankful for. And that's those are all people who have come through, and also just studying people in general and trying to take some things. But in the end, I've got to evolve into who I believe, or what I believe is the best. I will say I do have core values. I think it's really important with key words with just being principled and with having great integrity and doing things the right way. I think all that stuff's important to me on when you're running a program, because running a program is no different than running a business or anything else in between. So those are some core principles that I try to live by.
Folks, we're joined by Josh Pastner here on the Bossman Show. And, Coach, for our listeners who are not familiar with you, who didn't follow you in Memphis and your style of play, what are some things you want the listeners who haven't heard of you before, who might not be aware of you, what do you want them to take away from seeing you and your guys play and how you carry yourselves on and off campus?
Well, I want to play up tempo. I want to play with great pace. I want to have great ball movement and player movement. I've always believed in trying to be high assisted on made field goals. We want to have high assists on made field goals. We want to keep the ball moving. I think that's important. I think fans like to see a high pace type of team. And I want our guys to always play hard. I want the fans to leave us saying that team plays hard. They get 50-50 balls. They scrap, they fight, they kick, they claw. Not literally, but just a mentality that they play so hard to leave it all on the floor and represent the name on the front of the jersey, which says Georgia Tech. And we battle and leave it all on the floor every time we step on the floor. So, that's important. And off the court, I want us to be, wonderful young men who are great citizens of the community and the city, and do things the right way, and treat people the right way, and are respectful. And I think all those things matter in the representation of Georgia Tech.
Now, Coach, have you been able to get on the court with your guys and see what you have so far and evaluate that a little bit since you've been on the job?
I was able to conduct 2 weeks' worth of workouts and try to get a little bit of a feel. I mean, listen, this is going to be, our returning guys that we have, I love them. They're great young men. I think we're going to get them better. We're going to coach them hard. But the facts are we lost over 90% of our scoring, 90% of all of our main statistical categories. So, we're going to have to really coach and coach them up and get them better. And a lot of these guys have not played any significant minutes. So, listen, they told me we're going to be picked, when I say they, the people at the league office have told me we'll be picked last place in the league in the preseason poll. So all we can do is move up. And so what we got to do is just, like I said, even though this is a rebuild, we're going to do everything we can this year to get on that floor and try to win every single game we play. And we're going to have to try to win every single game we play by just playing so hard with such great energies to give us the best chance to win.
And, Coach, on the non-conference schedule front, probably a lot of games are already set for you for next year. But for us going 17-18 going forward, how do you see yourself going about scheduling these games for you guys being kind of young and rebuilding and getting prepared for ACC play, which starts up real quick in January?
I think three things are important when you're building when you're rebuilding. One is hiring a staff. Two is scheduling, and three is recruiting. So scheduling is going to be important. Strategically scheduling, how tough, how soft, who we play, when we play, all those things matter in our preparation for the ACC. And and that's just part of it. So I think that's part of the rebuilding process is we got to really strategically schedule properly.
And, Coach, I know you got to be happy for one of your former staff members, Luke Walton, became the coach of the Lakers this few days ago. And when you had him on your staff with you, you see him as a potential head coach. And for you also, Damon Stoudemire got a coach at Pacific. So it has to feel good when you see two of your guys going on to be head coaches now who worked for you.
Well, since I've been a head coach for 7 years, I've had 5 guys off my staff become head coaches. So I've hired well, and I want to continue that track moving forward. I say all that when I hired Luke, people were getting on me saying, "Why are you hiring him?" And I hired Luke thinking, that he got a chance to be a really good coach. Same thing with Damon Stoudemire. And so, that's all those things are positive. I think those guys are really, really good. And I think Luke's going to have a great career with the Lakers, just like I think Damon Stoudemire will have a great career at Pacific. Those guys are head coaches, and I'm proud of them and happy for them. I think, I try to give them an opportunity to develop and help them grow, and from there they can run their own program. And Damon Stoudemire already called me and told me, Coach, it's much different between making suggestions to making decisions. Man, it's way different. So those guys will live and learn on the job.
Now, Coach, we had Damon Stoudemire on about 3 weeks ago. He spoke real highly of you, and he talked about how you helped him out, showed him about coaching. So he had a great word to say about you when he came on the show 3 weeks ago.
No, I love Damon. Damon was great for me. Worked for me 2 different times, and I'm proud of Damon. And obviously he's going to do a great job at Pacific. Wonderful young man, and I should say young man. He's a wonderful man, and he's got 2 sons that live here in Atlanta, so he spent a lot of time in Atlanta. I know he loves Atlanta. If he didn't get the head job, I would have brought him with me as an assistant, but he got his opportunity to be the head coach at Pacific.
The final question for you, Coach. I know it's been a whirlwind for you. What's been a typical day like for you since you've been on the job at Georgia Tech? I know it's been probably meetings with board members, recruiting. How has it been for you, this little whirlwind you've been on here?
The only thing, besides the traffic, the other thing that I don't like is that we're in the Eastern time zone. I wish we're in the Pacific time zone. I need 3 more hours every day to get more things done. I just don't have enough time. Before you know it, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and you're just like, wow. And I haven't even eaten all day, so I'm like, I better get a bite to eat. But, I feel like as I'm about to go to bed, I need 3 more hours to get more work done. So I'll manage. Once I get a staff in here and I'm able to delegate and get some different things to people, I'll be able to take some things off my desk, off my plate, and really, focus on what I need to focus on. But, I've run an ACC level program now for about 3.5 weeks by myself. That's not easy to do. I did it at Memphis, the same thing, for about 3.5, 4 weeks. So people think I wear it with the badge of honor, but I just happen to be really meticulous in my hiring and don't rush in anything. I'd rather take my time. And since this is going to be a situation where it's going to be a rebuild, it's going to take time, I have some breathing room to make sure that we hire properly, and that's been important to me during my process of being a head coach.
Well, Coach, I'll tell you what, I know Travis Williams and myself and John really are glad you're in town. Look forward to supporting you and pushing the Georgia Tech brand on this radio program. Come out supporting you at your games. So, Coach, we're glad you're in town. I want to tell you thank you for always coming on the show, and we definitely need anything you need us to help you out with. We'll be glad to help you anytime you feel free to text or call us. We'll do it for you, Coach.
I need all the help we can get, and I've known Travis for a long time, obviously, and Travis is a dear friend and a wonderful human being, and he was a great coach as well too. He is a great coach. He is a great coach, and so he's been in the game for a long time. So I love Travis, but I need all the help. We need all the help. We want to work in partnership with you, and the more we can spread the positive message of Georgia Tech and help them get this thing back, and we need everyone involved. Everyone's got to have 2 hands, 2 feet on deck to get Georgia Tech back, which is the right thing for this city. Why not do the right thing for the city and get this thing turned around? But we need everyone. I need everyone's help. I'm asking for it. I need it. Let's promote and endorse Georgia Tech.
Coach, we'll do it for you, Coach. Coach, thank you for your time today, Coach. We'll do it again real soon now.
Anytime, my friend, anytime.
All right, folks. So Josh Pastner on the Bossman Show. Come on, this Grant McCasland, Arkansas State next after the break.
Mike Wilmer.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Folks, back on the Bossman Show here. We're just joined by Josh Pastner at Georgia Tech, new head coach there. Still talking another new head coach of the Arkansas State Red Wolves, who play your Georgia State Panthers down the road from here in the conference play in the Sunbelt Conference. Coach McCasland on the show. Coach McCasland, how you doing, man? Congrats on that job, and glad to have you on the show with me today.
Oh, great to be on. Everything's been great, man. Red Wolf Nation is strong here in Jonesboro, so everything's good.
Well, I hear that, Coach. And, Coach, what does it mean to you to be able to get your own program now and put your own stamp on the university and the community of Jonesboro?
Man, I'll tell you what, it's been a blessing. I've had the opportunity to be a head coach for 7 years prior to going to Baylor the last 5. So, man, I've been itching, been excited, and it couldn't be a better first opportunity for me as far as the Division I program to be able to do it here. I mean, you can't look at all the other sports and not recognize the fact that something special is going on here at Arkansas State. So I'm blessed to have the opportunity and excited about the upcoming season.
Now, have you met a buddy of mine yet named Mickey Ryan yet? The former AD there? Have you met him yet?
I haven't had an opportunity to meet him yet, and I may have at the press conference, but there's been quite a few people that I've had the opportunity to meet, and there hadn't been anybody I don't like. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, Mickey's a good buddy of mine, Coach. He always told me to tell you what's up when I had you on air today, because he does radio in Nashville now as well. So he's a buddy of mine. He said, "Tell Coach when you talk to him." I said, "Well, so definitely give that message from Mickey. He has your support behind you, Coach, as well."
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for saying that.
And just, Coach, how's the community of Jonesboro been to you since you've been there, you and your family, man? And I know it's not that far from Memphis, so how's it been for you? Have you been out towards Memphis any? You just kind of get used to just being out there in Jonesboro?
Well, honestly, the big thing for me has been, and for my family, is we wanted to be in a place that really loved and supported the university. So, I mean, there's a lot of institutions that have great places, and the school's great, but there's not a lot of support from the community because maybe there's other opportunities, or maybe there's a lot of other universities in the area. And that's one thing that's unique to here, right? Is that people love the town of Jonesboro, but really it's Arkansas State, and that's where the community is huge because it's the one university in town, and everywhere you go, on the restaurants to the different stores. I mean, everything's about Red Wolf athletics and Wolves Up, and so from that perspective, we've got a really strong fan base in the community, and then it stretches to Northeast Arkansas and obviously the entire state of Arkansas. But there's been some great support from the people in Memphis. I actually grew up and went to school in Memphis for a couple of years when I was really young, and so I'm familiar with the area, and I've been shocked at just the amount of support that's not only in this town but in the area and all across the state and up into Memphis. Just how many people are genuinely excited about our basketball program and where we're going, and honestly to get it kind of revitalized. And we've had some great seasons here, but it's time for us to take it up a couple notches and get it where we're playing championship basketball and where we can get in the NCAA tournament, and that's kind of where everyone wants to see the program.
Folks, we're joined by Grant McCasland here on the Bossman Show, Arkansas State Red Wolves' new head coach. Now, Coach, when it comes to recruits, like you said, you know the area pretty well out there in Arkansas, coaching at Baylor as well, living in Memphis for a while. So when it comes to recruiting, you know your base, and are you going to try to target kids that maybe aren't getting those high major offers that you can say, hey, you still come play in a great conference with great teams in the league and be shown out there on TV, you're having deals and stuff like that. So how are you going to sell to get a kid to come out to Jonesboro, Arkansas and play for you?
Well, you can't look at the success of teams in the NCAA tournament and not realize that, this whole level of basketball is not far off from what you'd consider a high major. I mean, I think the lines on that are extremely blurred. And when you get in the tournament about matchups, and everybody knows the popularity of the sport of basketball, and, there's just an equal opportunity. And the key to it is just getting in the NCAA tournament. So, that's the biggest sell for us. And you can look at other programs in our conference that have had success in the last couple of years in the NCAA tournament. And the Sun Belt had games that we've won. We've won a game in the NCAA tournament. And once you win one, then you put yourself in position to make a run. So that's the thing that I think is exciting about our situation here at Arkansas State is we're playing for an opportunity to get in the NCAA tournament, and then once you get there, you got a chance to make a run, and that's where we want to recruit guys that want to do that. And so if you want to talk about kind of what we're pushing and what we're about, I've been fortunate enough to be at an NCAA school for 7 years now, the last 7 years, and I've been in the NCAA tournament in 6 of those 7 seasons. And 2 of them as a head coach, went to the Elite 8 at Division II, and then 4 of the last 5 years at Baylor, and 3 of them have been Elite 8, 1 Sweet 16, and a couple of them in the NCAA tournament. So that's kind of the big push right now, is we want to have guys that want to have the opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament and put themselves in position with a great fan base that we have here in Jonesboro to put them over the top and get people excited about basketball again here.
And what has Coach Drew meant to you personally into your coaching career, and what some things he's instilled in you as you lead the Red Wolves now going forward?
Oh, he's had a tremendous impact on me, and you can't. You won't find a guy with more energy and passion for making sure that he serves his players better than Coach. I mean, he's got a huge heart and genuinely cares about the guys, and I think that's translated into wins and him having such a great win percentage down the stretch. I mean, Baylor's had one of the best win percentage in postseason basketball, and at one point it was the best win percentage in all of college basketball in the last 5 years. Under Coach Drew. And I think that just goes to show you that he gets the best out of his players, and he doesn't do it by beating them up and cussing them out. I mean, he's extremely positive. He puts them in position to be successful. He challenges them on a daily basis through hard work, and he's in the trenches with them. And I think that guys and players these days, they want someone that they can relate to, but also that's willing to push them the right way. And I think that's what I've learned. I mean, ultimately, honoring God is the most important part of what we do, and that's part of what we do as mentors and as coaches. to try to make sure those guys know there's more to life than just hoops. But at the same time, you got to give everything you got every day, and Scott Drew does that, and he models it not only by what he says, but more importantly by what he does. So I'm thankful for him and those kind of things that he modeled for me, and I'm trying to do my best to do the same here at Arkansas State.
And Coach, when people watch your team play the next season and beyond, what's the things you want them to take away from seeing you guys play on a nightly basis?
Well, I think they're going to find a team that ultimately is going to play together and play really hard, and you get that through one, recruiting guys that want to win, and then secondly, practices are going to be highly competitive and challenging, and then that's going to overflow in the fact that we're going to play together and play hard. So I think that's what people see, and I think that's easy for everybody to say that they want to see, but there's a lot of challenges that go with that, and people got to put their egos aside, and they got to want to win more than they got to want to put up points for their own individual accomplishments. And so that's going to be the focus, is we're going to play hard and we're going to play together, and I think that's going to translate into wins on the basketball court and be a fun way for our guys to play.
And, Coach, we're always curious around here by asking coaches about how they're going about the non-conference scheduling. So I know probably next year's games are probably already set for you, but after that, how do you see yourself going about scheduling these games for your team going forward?
Well, everybody wants to play the best schedule they can play. I mean, if you ask a guy that's competitive and wants to win, I mean, he don't want to play a soft schedule. And so I think looking at scheduling is a little bit unique for us in that we are centrally located and close to a lot of places that have great traditions as far as basketball. And so, I mean, we definitely like to play some of the more of the local schools to give ourselves an opportunity for the fans to get excited about, some traditions of playing people in the area. But at the same time, I mean, we're not going to shy away from playing anybody. I mean, we'd like to play anybody and everybody. And to challenge ourselves and give ourselves, an opportunity to see where we are going into the season. So, like you said, a lot of that stuff's already been predetermined before I got here as far as schedule, and I can't really say much about that non-conference until we release it. But we're definitely excited to play a national schedule against programs of the highest caliber and have a lot of tradition, and especially would like to play teams in this general area so that the fans could enjoy seeing teams that they know and are excited to follow and want to see them play.
Now, as we go into next season, Coach, are there any rules you want to see the committee maybe change or tweak? I know this year for me, the 4 timeout rule kind of threw me off a little bit. I kind of wish the guys had a little bit more strategy to get one more timeout. I kind of like the rule to advance the basketball in the last 2 minutes of the game, makes the game a little bit more exciting. So are there any rules you may want to see the committee maybe tweak or input for next year going forward?
Well, I think the fact that the guys had to call timeouts, and the fact that they took away the closely guarded 5-second rule on that, I thought those were part of the game. I didn't see too much of a significant difference, to be honest. But I will tell you this, that I think everybody from a TV perspective wants to see the game played without a lot of timeouts. We're coaches, we want to have more of them so that we can control. But honestly, I'd like to see it where, less timeouts is not as big a deal for me. Because I think if you can teach guys how to play, and that's going to be important for the guys that we have, I want them to know how to play and put the ball in their hands and give them an opportunity to impact the game. It seems like the more stoppage, the tougher it is. Just from the fans' perspective, to see the game being played. And I think the more we can teach our guys how to play, it helps, rather than us figuring out how to joystick and control every second of the game. And not to say that as a coach that's ideal, but honestly, from a basketball perspective, I've enjoyed that when our guys are able to go out there and execute and play with purpose, and not have to feel like that they're looking over their shoulder at the bench every 2 seconds to know what we want from them. Hopefully as a coach, we can portray that to them. So, I do enjoy seeing more basketball than I do seeing more timeouts. So that part of it doesn't necessarily do I feel like that's as important.
Now, Coach, have you got a chance to get your guys on the court yet and see them in action yet, or have they kind of not been out there doing workouts yet for you?
I've got them on the floor, and we worked them out this spring, and we've got a great group. I'm telling you, we got a great group. We're going to have some good leaders that coming back that have done a good job on putting forth the effort that we're going to require for them to play. And man, I'm telling you, I told them in our last workout, it's been an inspiring spring for me because, it's a new situation for all of them. Everybody's kind of got to put their egos aside to what they were. And we got some all-conference guys that are returning. And I'm telling you, they get great effort and energy, and they were great leaders. And we had some situations come up where we had to respond to some adversity, and we had guys do it. And so I was thrilled with the way it went from the start. And excited about those guys that are returning.
And final question for you, Coach. For our listeners out here who don't know how it is to be a new D1 head coach, well, it's been a typical day for you since you've been hired as a coach of the Red Wolves generally.
Hey, I'll tell you what, the key to it is having a good battery charger for your phone. That's the first thing. and you better have a couple backups to it because your phone stays on fire. And the bottom line is there's a lot of people that want to touch base with you and a lot of people that we need to touch base with in order to get things going in the right direction. I mean, I had over 500 text messages within the first 24 hours. I didn't even get the chance to tell my folks or the players that I coached at Baylor that I'd gotten the job because before it already hit Twitter before I was even – I got off the phone with Coach Drew, and he was the first person I talked to, and my wife was sitting in the car with me, and other than that, that was the only phone call I was able to make, and the rest of it, the whole world knew. So when that happens, you get a pretty quick response of congratulations, and so you're just trying to do your best to make sure everybody knows that you care about them and love them and you're excited about the opportunity. And then you got to start figuring out what you're doing with your team and your staff, and those were the priorities for me. First the players, and then the staff, and then get on to recruiting and making sure you know who you want in your program for the next year to do your best for the university to make sure you got a team that's going to win. And so it was fun. And then unfortunately, the final piece of that is getting your family moved and getting them out here. And that hasn't quite happened completely yet, but we're in process of doing that. And I'm excited the day we can get everybody in Jonesboro and we can kind of get more to a normal routine and get our family over at the house with the players and the rest of our family of basketball players over at the house so we can kind of start moving toward playing championship basketball as a team. And that's the fun part of it, right, is getting everybody together once you get your team together. So we're getting closer. We're excited about the summer, and that's kind of a 30-second look into what it's like to get a job at this level.
Well, Coach McCasland, it's great to get you on the show, man. Great conversation with you today, Coach. And like I said, I might enjoy things backyard, but you feel free to come on the show anytime you want to, because it's a Sun Belt town as well, as a town for Georgia Tech. We got a lot of colleges, a lot of conferences in this town, so you're welcome here anytime you want to come on the show, Coach. You need to promote something. I'd love to have you on my show in Nashville as well. So, Coach, you're very welcome to come on the show anytime you want to, Coach. I appreciate you, and I will definitely keep an eye on the Red Wolves this year, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, Coach. Have a great day now.
You too.
All right, folks. Coach McCasland here on the Bossman Show. More Bossman Show out of break.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach T Will 24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech, and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Mama, K-Sign at it again.
Back here on True Speech Thursday, the Boston Radio, BostonRadioShow.com. It's time for the Boss Report speech. Ready for the Boss Report, bro?
Let's get it, man.
No doubt, folks. You've been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. It's the Boss Report. First story, dog. Tennessee woman arrested after stripping in the middle of the street after parents wouldn't let boyfriend come up for, quote, activities and nighttime milk.
You lost me at nighttime milk. I think that's officially where I was like, what? And Kim was like, okay, nighttime milk. I'm like, oh.
What the hell is that?
I have an idea, but what? Nighttime milk. Okay. Like, that's what we're calling it now. I think those kind of things. Hey, come up with another name for it. Don't call it that no more. That's nasty.
Nighttime milk. That was my story headline. Nighttime milk. What?
No, I don't know.
Oh, man. And, Georgia man arrested after robbing chitlin and lemonade stand with a sledgehammer.
Can you run that back one more time? Because I just want to make sure I got it before I come in on it.
Georgia man arrested after robbing chitlin and lemonade stand with a sledgehammer.
You know, I thought I heard chitlin, but my brain was like, nah, I didn't think so. There's no way you just said shit. Lemonade. I was like, lemonade stuff. I'm like, nah, he said something else before. Could have been shitless, because I never knew such thing as a chitlin thing. But then when you said it, I'm like, nah, you said chitlin. So then my second question is, who the hell would have a chitlin stand? And second, how much money does a chitlin stand making to where one person robbing?
Exactly. With a sledgehammer.
I don't know. How do you rob anything with a sledgehammer?
Oh, man. That's a layered story out the word.
Yeah, I would have to say so. That is something. That is chitlin stand? Like,
Yeah, that's like gross overreaction too. So why you on the chiller stand with a sledgehammer?
I don't know, man. Chitlin stand. Why would you run up on a chitlin stand? Oh, like, give me your chitlin. What? Why? I mean, why? I don't get it. I don't know. You arrive at chitlin stand per se. One thing to do is very profitable, but hell, that's just, I don't know. You know what? No, I'm only allowed to go to the
Well, Connecticut woman arrested after ridiculous 911 call because, quote, she received wrong toppings on her pizza.
I don't think that qualifies as an emergency. I don't think she should have made that phone call. I don't see why she would do that. I don't think that was a good idea personally. But I could be wrong. What do I know? Once again, I'm only a logical thing to do, so no. The hell do I know?
Exactly. Well, killer kids. 3 Alaskan first graders are arrested for conspiring to poison and murder a classmate who was, quote, mean to them and not let them play with the Xbox.
I don't think that justifies a homicide. I think that might be overdoing it. Jesus Christ. I'm not laughing, dude. How old were these kids? You said third grade?
First graders.
First grade. Jesus Christ, man. What are we teaching our kids? That is horribly sad. What in the hell, bro? Oh my God. That's really, really dark. I'm gonna be. That is really, really, really dark.
Exactly. And Florida man's arrested after using jumper cables to try to spark up help his girlfriend's rectum.
Oh, what is up with people in that? Oh, come on, man.
How they try to boost her rectum off the battery with some jumper cables and cause her butt to burn.
I'm sure it will. I'm definitely sure that it will. I'm sure that it will. You know, I don't think that, I know that jumper cables aren't missing that particular purpose. So, yeah, probably a whole idea from the start. And, somebody pays for that.
Also, a Georgia man arrested after having sex with 13 horses, 13 different counties.
13 horses in 13 different counties. You know, we haven't had a horse story in a very long time. And it sucks that that's when we kicked that back off with. Sexual assault of horses. And that's interesting.
It's been about 2 years. 2 years.
It's been a good long while. So, yeah, that was nice. I was wanting sexually assault some of the horses. Horses are very large creatures. I don't get how I'm just sexually assault a horse. Like, oh my God, it's a horse. You know, and you stick this in there. I just don't get it. I don't see it. I don't understand it. Maybe I'm missing something here. I don't know. I don't think that I am, though. Still weird. No matter how you face it, no matter how you look at it. Still weird. Very weird.
Very much so. And a Florida woman's arrested after misusing 911, calling them because her cats were not eating.
Why do people think that 911 is be all the end all? Like, I just don't. Like, it's stupid. Stop doing that. Like, you can't just keep calling them for stupid stuff like this. The emergency dialing system is not for this purpose. Not even a little bit. So people see me stop calling and say stupid stuff like this. Like, oh my God, spend my toe when you call 911. Not giving them a reason. You're going to be honest. Not giving them a reason. So, stop. It's like, stop.
Exactly. And a Georgia man was arrested after cashing 13,000 forged checks.
That's a lot of money in forged checks. But see, that's the problem. People get greedy. If you do it once or twice, cool. Now you try to hit for $13K, and that's how you got caught with dumb ass.
Exactly. And A NYPD cop arrested after assaulting a woman, saying, quote, he was sleepwalking after porn.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That does not work like that. And I hope that he does not get off. He needs to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law that someone could possibly be prosecuted for something so stupid.
Exactly. Boy. Just ridiculous. And a New North Carolina man is arrested after not returning, quote, Freddie Got Fingered video he ran in 2001 from Blockbuster.
Blockbuster is gone. Like, I don't understand that. Why you really getting arrested for that? Like, they do that?
Yeah.
Blockbuster is like Mayan ruins, dog. It's like you hear legends about it, but you kids have no idea what a Blockbuster video is.
Exactly. And moving work. Dope dealing flight attendant flees after leaving 70 pounds of the cocoa at LAX.
You know, I saw that, and I'm like, once again, that goes to people being greedy. Like, 70 pounds at one time is ridiculously stupid. I'm not telling anybody how to do it, and I'm going to shut up at this point. All I'm saying is, people, if you're making it work, and then you try to do something stupid like that, you deserve a big cut. There's no way in the hell you're going to hide 70 pounds of anything going through the airport. It's stupid to believe that you could. It's stupid that she even thought that she was going to get away with it. So, I ain't got no sympathy for it. That's her fault. She don't.
Exactly. And red-faced Louisiana man is arrested after being caught red-handed burglarizing church, thieving hot dogs, water, red wine, choir robes, and Bibles.
What? No. It's for what? This is why. Whenever somebody does something, you just gotta ask yourself why. What are you gonna get from that?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. And
speakers, I know, dog. Choir room. I'd have seen the streets apparently. I don't know. Like, how do that, man? I don't know.
and oh my God, Oklahoma man is arrested after throwing cantaloupes and oranges off building at patrons coming into the Taco Bell.
It was funny. He said Taco Bell. That's so much effort, dog. You have to literally sneak up to the roof of a Taco Bell and go through so much hassle in order to do that. Like, you got to get the food up there. It's so much work to do that. It's still funny. Man. Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny.
And Nebraska man arrested after having wife attacked with jellyfish after she refused to cook him dinner, wash his clothes, and give him some.
Well, where do you procure a jellyfish? That's my main concern. Like, where do you go? I've been to a lot of pet stores. I've never been offered a jellyfish. Man. I'm kind of intrigued by that.
He had 13 of them, bro. 13 jellyfish he attacked his wife with. Had them attack her in bed.
What do you call? What internet website do you go to?
And you're in Nebraska. Landlocked, Nebraska again. Landlocked.
Very landlocked. There's no jellyfish in Nebraska. You know, we're in the ocean. I just want to know how this one is 13 jellyfish. That is interesting.
Very much so. And an Illinois woman arrested after posting revenge porn pics of childhood friend on Facebook who would not get back with her.
Wait, childhood, was it her ex?
Yes, ex-childhood friend.
So he used to snipe it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Okay, so who's really at revenge here? Because she basically posted pics verifying that this dude snapped. So, technically doesn't do this. Think about that.
You're right.
You can't deny that. Like, you can't deny that.
Yeah.
Like, I got back at dude. Yeah, this is still snapped. And he's not happy. So, it's kind of wrong if you think about it.
And dog, the story also said at her arraignment, she was saying Carl Thomas, I wish I never met him at all.
Oh my God. I wish I never met her. But he still hit, so he kind of won. So.
Exactly. Oh, here we go. Alabama woman arrested after shooting husband for failing to, quote, clip his toenails.
I don't think it's that bad. I think that's a gross overreaction. I would have to say, you know what? I'll say GOV. Gross overreaction. GOR sounds cool.
Yeah, GOR. Yes.
GOR.
Yeah, gross overreaction, yes.
That's what we're going to call it right now. From now on, whenever we see something like that, dog, it's going to be a GOR. Gross overreaction. Because,
that's ridiculous.
It's just toenails, dog. Ridiculous.
Well, Georgia man arrested after stroking his monkey on Georgia Gwinnett College campus on 2 occasions. That's day and night. That's what the story says.
Day and night. I don't know why, man. I had to.
Why would Warren do that?
I don't even know, man. I can't even. Didn't even get it right. Day and night.
And he's back for more. Mega bus masturbator arrested after masturbating for 4 hours on trip from, get this, Atlanta to Jacksonville. And also leaving dessert up and down the aisle.
How? Oh my goodness. How does one masturbate for 4 hours? Wouldn't you pull a muscle at that point? Like, wouldn't you be numb and raw at that point? Like, I mean, Jesus. Oh, man, that's pretty rough.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And Liverpool woman arrested after stealing, get this, $120,000 from her employer, Aldi, to fuel her aggressive nose candy habit and also habit of buying sex and porn off the internet.
Sounds a lot like addiction. I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like too. If I had to, that would be it. Like, if I had to quantify it would be somebody
I agree. And Indiana couple arrested after making porn with their pit bull named Lucky.
Okay. Why do people view anime?
I don't know. This report's being crazy already. And random ridiculousness. Here we go. Woman with largest influence in the world shows off her gigantic 32Z titties, says, quote, I hope they get the largest booty as well.
So wait, she paid for those? Because the no candy matching 30. You said 36Z?
32Z, dog. 32Z.
She paid for those. There's no way that's real.
No way.
That's funny. Those are performing enhancing steroids. Those are PEDs.
Amen. And you can't be serious 3 rhinos escape from Israeli zoo after guard falls asleep on the job.
Go rhinos go, man. I ain't mad at nobody trying to get their freedom. So I ain't even mad. I'm not mad at all. Go rhinos go.
And final story for you, dog, is this. Georgia woman arrested after running over boyfriend after catching him dropping off the side piece at the hair salon.
Fellas, if you out and about in the day with your side piece, if people can see you, you fail. I'm not advocating you to the side piece, but if that's your thing and that's what you do and that's how you live, more power to you. But there are rules to that life. And you dropping her off and running errands in the daytime is stupid. And those are not conducive to the rules. Those are not in accordance to the rules. You thinking the phone and starting the game. Get it together. As Yo Gotti and my dog E40 would say, that ain't law. That ain't law. Dropping your side piece over the hair salon. That ain't law.
That ain't law.
That ain't law.
And dog, for Close the Boss report today. What is your take on today's report?
I really was surprised by that 13 horse thing. I will be honest with you. That threw me all the way off. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. Oh man, 13 horses.
13 counties.
13 counties. He was serial horse racing.
Still in the choir robes too. Getting shot for toenails.
That's true. Dude, the choir robe thing, it's like, what you taking for? Whenever somebody does something, I always ask them, what's the point? What's the rhyme? What's the reason? Because I'm the type of brother where I need to understand the point of it all. What's the point? Why you do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always the type of brother to ask, why you do that? Why? And if the reason is not big, I have to question the motive. So, that's just me, man. That's just me.
And robbing a chicken stand with a sledgehammer.
That was the coolest thing I've ever heard. Like, I don't really understand that at all, bro. Like, that's just chitlin stand. How much money you really want to get from the chitlin stand? Come on.
First of all, why do you even have a chitlin stand?
Why do you have a chitlin stand?
It must be real funky on that block or wherever the stand is.
Dog. I would broke to have it, man. They probably robbed it so they knew my man shut down. He could move.
And the final one that got me is how they come up with quote activities and quote nighttime meal. That right there got me as well.
Nighttime meal. Goodness gracious. That's the new one I hope doesn't fit. To be honest, I hope that one doesn't fit, bro.
Exactly. Well, bro, tell us what's going on at Family Grind ENT so we can know what's keep up with you and fresh what you got going on over there.
Oh man, most definitely, dog. We got some new stuff on the way. I can't drop the details about it yet. We still putting the finishing touches on a couple things. When I tell y'all, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. Definitely some new things coming down the pipe. Hit up familygrind.com. Definitely subscribe to YouTube. YouTube.com/FGETV. The Family Grind handle on Twitter is at Family Grind. On Instagram is at Family Grind. On Facebook is at Family Grind. And when I tell you, if you go to familygrind.com and subscribe to the newsletter, you'll be the first one to know when that news. I'm going to just say that newness is coming. But it's coming, people. Trust me. You're working on it. You're cooking it up. It's going to be hot. Oh, man. So we just want to much love and much appreciation to everybody that's been giving us support. Cooking from the Underground is still out right now. Everybody's still dropping the album. It's still doing well. You can get that. The physicals are undergroundhiphop.com. And shout out to undergroundhiphop.com for holding us down, man. They've been holding us down for long. And I appreciate them. I rock with them. They definitely support what we do. iTunes, Amazon, Google Play. Anywhere you can find music, you can find Cooking from the Underground. If you haven't heard it yet, go check that out, man. Tweet a brother. Let me know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up on Twitter, @MyTrueSpeech. You know, Instagram, the same thing. Facebook, and True Speech. So definitely hit me up, man. Me and Fresh got a lot coming on soon. You want to holler at Fresh? His handle is at 313-PHR. PSH. That's 313 Fresh with a PH. Hit him up, man. Instagram, Twitter. Shout out to Jeff. But definitely appreciate everybody, man. And keep it rocking. Keep it locked. Enough stuff coming.
Folks, it's the Bossman
And if you don't know, now you know, you know.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focused on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Spreaker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.